All right, happy Monday, everybody. We are westbound and headed to go get our first load of the week. First load of the week. We are dropping down off of Altamont Pass, headed down here into Livermore. And yeah, the chicken coop is closed. I can see from here that the scale is closed. So, little trick for the scale. It's always the same, one of the same two phrases on the sign. It either says scales closed, do not enter, or it says all trucks enter scales. So you see how the top line, scales closed, is longer than the bottom line, do not enter? When it's open, the top line will be smaller than the bottom line. It'll say all trucks on top. And that'll be all that is visible from a long distance. You can just see the lights, the lines. You can't really see what they say. But that's how I determine from a long ways away if the scale is open or if it is closed. That way you can move yourself into the correct lane. You can, if you're waiting to pass someone until you know whether or not the scale is going to be open, because you don't want to get next to someone when you're pulling up to a scale and then have to cut them off just to slam on your brakes to enter the scale. So kind of a jacked up move. Not saying that guys haven't done that to me before, but you're not anyone's favorite trucker if you drive like that. So anyway, from a long distance away, you can tell if the scale is open or closed just by looking at whether or not the phrase on top is longer. It'll be closed. If it's shorter, it's open. That's how I do it anyway. But yeah, just trucking along. We got one load tonight, just one load, and it's headed down to Fresno. So kind of a fun load. Gets me out of the Highway 4 kind of Bay Area, East Bay, Stockton little loop that I do. Obviously it's more miles, so it pays a little better than one of those loads. Pays about the same as two of those local loads, and it also runs a little more than twice as many miles. So you kind of figure it'd pay about twice as good. So yeah, should be an easy night. We're gonna get over here to Chevron, and we've got plenty of time. The scale doesn't open until 10 p.m., but I like to get over there early because I like to be at the front of the line. I mean, who doesn't, right? A little bit of it, I like to leave the house before I start getting tired at night, and on the weekends, I kind of flip my schedule back to work, or to be awake during the day with my family. So on a Sunday night, I can sometimes be a little bit tired going into the evening time because my body's like, oh, okay, are we going to do this whole like sleeping at night thing again? And I have to tell my body, no, we are not going to do that again. We are going to go work. So yeah, I like to get out of the house a little early, especially now that it's getting dark earlier. It's kind of like, all right, I just need to get out and get my body moving. I got like 10 and a half, 11 hours of sleep last night on Saturday night, kind of stocked up on sleep, and yeah, it felt really good. But I wasn't going to be able to take a nap today anyway, so I just rolled over here to work, got in the truck, and I'm rolling my way a little bit early over to the refinery to go pick up my first load. So I will cut it off. The rain probably isn't the best footage, although on this windshield, I don't know. Maybe it's actually kind of cooler because it gives it an excuse for being a terrible video. But anyway, we'll get over there, and then I'll talk to you guys when we get there. See ya.
What if I started a rival crane company and called it Tupac? That would be pretty pretty crazy. Logo could just be the West Side, little twisted up fingers in the middle. I think I might do that if I ever have just a buttload of money sitting around and nothing else to do. Watch out, Biggie. Tupac Cranes is coming for you. All right, so we are, we're at Chevron. We're in like a staging area, a little waiting area. So I'm pretty sure it's not against the rules to, film in here. Just waiting for the scale to open. If it is, I get scaled in by, or not scaled in, but I get checked in by the security guards at this shack. So if they see me doing this and they tell me something, they'd probably just give me a warning because they're cool guys, and I don't think I'd get immediately kicked out if I'm not supposed to be doing this. But there's nothing much up here. There's some cranes sitting across from me, which I'm serious about that Tupac Crane Company. I'm serious about it. We'll just So anyway, not very serious about that. But there's a restroom next to the scale, and being that the scale's closed and I'm the only truck here, I went over there thinking that it would be unoccupied. And I went over there and it was locked. And I'm like, oh, did they lock this or is it stuck? So I started like really yanking on it. And as I'm yanking on it, I just hear this dude go, yo. I was like, oh, my bad. So now we're here hiding in the truck till he gets done over there in the restroom, and then we'll go take a leak. But yeah, that's how my night's starting out. Trying to bust in on dudes in the restroom. But we'll get this thing loaded up. I got here really early. Got about an hour left to wait. But like I said, I really I don't have anything else to do at home. The family kind of winds down, and everything in the house just starts trending towards sleep. And I got to do the reverse. I got to start getting up, start getting moving, start getting pumped. And I usually have a low carb Monster energy drink, or a low carb or no zero sugar something or other. And I also drink some Diet Mountain Dew. It's kind of my drink of choice. So yeah, I got those things to carry me through and to pick me up, but I also got to just, got to run on the natural energy for a while, because it's good. Just use that when I need it. But anyway, video's already getting long and I haven't even done anything yet, so I'll check with you guys once I get loaded and we start heading south. All right, cool. See ya.
All right, here we go. Leaving gate 31, turning west onto Castro. All right, and we are off with 52,180 pounds of product in the truck, in the tanker. Let's go. To Fresno we go. All right, we're going to take the 580 East ramp. If we wanted to take the 580 West, we could go take the San Rafael Bridge and go visit San Quentin. But can't think of a reason I'd like to go to San Quentin. So we're gonna go ahead and head east on Highway 580. So it's a weird on ramp. You actually have to turn west, do a pretty hard turn to go west. Then you have to do a U down here, little clover leaf type of thing. Over here to 580 East, and we are on our way to Fresno's house we go. I wish we could just click our heels 3 times and appear in Fresno, but then again, if we could do that, I wouldn't have a job trucking. So we're just going to take the 3 hours it takes to get down there. We're just going to truck it on down there. Let's roll. All right, and right here, 580 merges with I-80. So I-80 towards Oakland and San Francisco. So we're right here by Golden Gate Fields, the horse races, by Berkeley. and we're going to be strolling into um, Emeryville and then Oakland. So yeah, now we're on 580 slash 80. So yeah, trucking along. All right, now this can be a little bit confusing. So the left lanes are Highway 580, which is what we need to be on when we get over there. But uh, there's no trucks allowed through Oakland on 580. So 580 East, we actually have to divert off of 580 East onto 880 South and make sure that we don't take Interstate 80, which goes across the Bay Bridge and ends up in San Francisco. I may or may not have accidentally crossed the Bay Bridge when I was learning how to drive with my father-in-law. And after a few expletives um, and him jumping in the driver's seat on Treasure Island and flipping a U-turn, we ended up getting where we wanted to go. But so it's not those 3 lanes that go right, and it's not the 2 lanes that go left, but it's just this lane right here, number 3 lane. And I guess you could be in the number 2 lane also, but being a truck, I'm not going to be over there. And that guy really wanted to get over at the last second. He made it though. Good job, guy. So yeah, now we're kind of going through one of these little mazes to hit 880 South. All right, and here's a blurry shot of downtown Oakland for you, just because why not? Because 880 gives us a decent view of the little downtown area. Once we get past this billboard, maybe it'll focus a little better. Won't be blinded out. Eh, it's actually a lot cooler than what it looks like. Oh, we got something on the fog line here. Watch out for this. Watch out there. His bumper will be gone by the morning.
Not a whole lot to say about this. Just got to take this 238. Go through this little tiny tunnel. And it spits us out on this little connected freeway called the 238. And a few miles up ahead, we'll merge on with 580, where trucks will now be allowed back on the road. Cool, let's go. All right, well, here we are. We are merging 580 east towards Stockton. So now we are officially merged back onto 580, which was the first highway we got on. Then we had to get off of it because we weren't allowed to go through East Oakland. So, but now we're back.
All right, this time we've got a all trucks stop at scale sign. So these are the same set of scales. This time we're just headed eastbound. All trucks stop at scales. I always like to crack my windows because they talk to you on a little intercom speaker. It's actually a really terrible speaker. Um, Usually, if you roll your window down all the way, they are just trying to tell you to either pull to the side for a paper check, or they're trying to get you to stop your axles on the scale. So we'll see. Hopefully, we just get the green light. This is a 3 mile per hour scale. So I usually run third gear. Stop. There goes a CHP over on the highway going to chase someone down. All right, and now we are clear of the scale and we've still got the green light. So we roll up our windows and we go. Hopefully that CHP isn't headed up to an accident up there on the Altamont because that's where we're headed. But yeah, so pretty chill. With these tanks that we have that are bored bored out tankers. There's no baffles. They they surge quite a bit, so I really just try to be as smooth as possible to that stop sign, and I might even roll that little stop sign just a little bit because when you come to a complete stop, it really gets that liquid moving, and really it says stop and wait for truck in front of you to be off of scale, so I don't even know. Sometimes I'm like, well, there's no truck in front of me on the scales, right? So I can proceed, but I just kind of roll it. I've never had any problems with it, and when I say roll it, I mean like 2 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. I roll it because I'm only supposed to be going 3 miles an hour through there anyway. So I mean, it's almost a stop anyway, and yeah, never had any issues with that. But yeah, just had to make sure that liquid doesn't surge around too much. If it does, it could put you overweight on your steer axle, could put you overweight on your drives. If that stuff's sloshing around, and usually the guys inside there, they know if it's a liquid tanker that stuff's sloshing around. But sometimes if they're unsure, they might stop you on the scale to check your axle weights, and they'll wait for it to kind of settle, and each axle they'll make sure that you're underweight if they feel like you're way over. So it's a good idea just to let them let the liquid kind of stay how it keep it from moving too much. Try as best you can to be smooth. I mean, that's true when you're driving all the time because you don't want to be putting strain on the rear end and the tires and the drive drive line. I mean, you don't need that stuff surging and putting thousands of pounds of pressure against your truck. You just that's not good, my friend. So yeah, we're gonna keep on going. We got 5 miles to get to the 205 junction, so I'll catch you guys then. All right, so this is we're coming up to the 580 and 205 split. So if I wanted to head south on I-5 down to LA, I would stay on 580 and connect up to I-5. It kind of runs through no man's land a little bit. It doesn't really. I mean, you go through a couple little small towns, and it's definitely got some activity on it, and then a little further down, um, you got some little minor highways and stuff that connect to it. But for the most part, I-5 is just a 4-lane road all the way down to Bakersfield, and then merges with the 99 down in Bakersfield right before you get to the Grapevine. But I don't want to take I-5 because Fresno is off the 99. So I'm going to take this here is the 205, which basically just connects the 580 right here to I-5, but a little further north. All right. So this is where the 205 ends. It's just a few miles that we're on it. And now we're going over I-5. And we'll be on I-5 for about a mile. It's really, we really don't even merge onto I-5. We stay in this right lane, which takes us to Highway 120. So we got to go from the 205. Now we're on I-5. So we just split off of I-5. I-5 went left and we went right. So now we're on Highway 120. And once again, we're only going to be on this for only a few miles. And then, so that was just I-5 north. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So 205 connected us to I-5 north, but it's just the way. So we kind of backtrack a little bit to get over here to Highway 120 to cut over to Highway 99. So all of that to say that, yeah, we backtrack a little bit. Like I said, it's a couple miles longer than if we go Highway 132, but takes about the same amount of time. So I like to go this way. My foot doesn't, touch the cruise control the entire time, at least at this time of night. If I was driving this in the afternoon, oh man, this is packed full of commuters on their way back from the Bay Area. But working at night gets me out of that traffic jam. So I'll catch up with you guys when we hit the 99. All right. And literally about 4 minutes later, we are at the 99. You just got a ramp that goes south and a ramp that wraps around and goes north. And like I said, the 120 continues on east towards Yosemite and up into the mountains and stuff. But yeah, this is as far as we're taking the 120, just right here. So yeah, I mean, we've only gone about less than 80 miles, and we had what 9 on ramps, interchanges, highways to deal with. It's kind of the nice part about being a local driver. Um, this is all familiar. It's all familiar. I don't even have to think about it. I just drive. Um, I remember my first time driving around in this area and trying to get from, from Oakland or Richmond back into the valley where I am now, and it was not easy. It was, those 8 or 9 interchanges. It was like, man, holy crap! How do I just want to drive, and you're like constantly worrying about whether or not you're going to catch the right ramp and make sure you don't split off towards San Francisco and get stuck on the Bay Bridge, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, yep, that is what we're doing, headed down to Fresno. So now, I mean, we've got the bulk of our drive left, but it's just driving straight down the 99, and we'll go through Modesto, Merced, Madera, and then Fresno. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes that we'll be on Highway 99. So now we will go. Let's roll. See you guys down there. There's no more interchanges to film, so that's about that's about that. We'll just show when we get off right there by the Freightliner dealership on Central Avenue in Fresno. All righty. All right. No, I don't need to clean my camera lens. That is fog rolling in. So it did rain earlier today and yesterday, and so we got moisture on the ground, and so yeah, we've got ourselves a little bit of fog. It's not too bad right now, but it can get pretty bad over here in the valley. So I'll keep you guys updated on what this looks like. This is a developing story on tonight's video. The fog over here in the valley. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like much, but it's actually really foggy right now. There's actually truck stops to our right. Oh, there you go. Now you can see the lights. But yeah, those truck stops weren't visible. And you know how bright the lights are for truck stops. Uh, those lights weren't visible until we were past the off ramp, the exit ramp. So yeah, it's getting pretty thick. All right, guys, it's gotten progressively worse. Um, this little area, having those tail lights in front of us actually helps a little bit. But yeah, I was just a little bit ago measuring about 3 reflectors we can see. That's why that guy's going so slow, because it's actually really foggy. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up because yeah, it's hard to pick up just how foggy it is and just how difficult it is to actually see. But we're getting to that point now where it's like, okay, let's keep our head on a swivel for these tail lights. And I've already seen a couple trucks with their 4-ways on pulling off the road. They're trying to get out of here, trying not to be driving on unfamiliar roads. They were, sleeper trucks, so probably unfamiliar roads to them. They don't want to get caught up in a fog bank like this. The only problem is you kind of don't know when it's going to lift. Um, this will probably be foggy all the way until the morning time, till the sun comes up and starts burning it off. And some days, even the sun coming out, it almost makes it worse because the sun's just behind it, backlighting the backlighting the fog and making it even more blinding. But yeah, it just kind of depends. But yeah, welcome to Trucking California. When you're in the valley, this is what you're gonna deal with. You got fog, and tonight we got fog, so should be a good one. Should be fun, 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 fun. Dense fog advisory till 10 a.m. That's what that sign just said. Yeah, it's not too bad here. We're getting through it. All right, and we have made it. Central Avenue, Fresno, California. We are coming in hot to this red light. Slow it down, buckos. Slow it down. There we go. You guys didn't hear that little grinding of the gears at the stoplight, did you? Nah, of course not. Of course not. And if you did, you wouldn't tell me you did anyway. Nope. All right. Almost there. Almost there. The the sky should be lit up pretty good when we get down the street. They got a lot of lights there. Oh yeah, here's the Freightliner dealership right here off Central Avenue. They got a ton of trucks here. All right, we are just down the street. Let's see. See that glow coming from all the lights over here through the fog, kind of lighting up the fog. Oh yeah, it looks like just like it did a few months back last time I was here. Everything's everything's the same. All right, my video that I did, it was a day in the life of a day cab trucker. I actually had one of these loads and I recorded just outside of here, but I didn't take you guys all the way down here on the roads and stuff. Let's see. There's an intercom here to the left. Let's go let them know we're here. Sulfur truck at the gate. All right. Well, this is where I got to leave off. I got to fill out my paperwork and get get in here and get unloaded. So I'll check back in with you guys when we're taking off.
All right. Just stopped at the AM/PM to, forgot I had that on, get myself some chocolate milk. So I saw a gas hauler park over here inside the parking lot one time, and I thought, hey, I'm about the same size and shape as that gas hauler. I could probably fit in there too. So that's when I decided that this was going to be my new stopping spot for chocolate milk. I don't know if you guys watched my holiday Thanksgiving little video, home time video, but my daughters actually made a little skit making fun of me, and they do a bunch of things that I do, like I'm going to the garage to make a video, and then my youngest daughter goes, "What's up, YouTube?" So anyway, they made fun of me a lot. But one of the things they do is she looks in the fridge for chocolate milk because I have a slight addiction to chocolate milk. And yeah, so my daughter Lucy, she goes, "Jess," that's my wife's name, "Jess, where's the chocolate milk?" And then my other daughter is like, playing my wife. "Oh, they didn't have any at the store." "Well, why didn't you buy some at the store?" So I was like, yeah, that's pretty much true, because gotta have my chocolate milk. So I stopped by here. I brought some food, but I needed my chocolate milk. So, and I needed to use the restroom. They got a restroom inside here at the AM/PM. So that's what we're doing. Now we're gonna head back about 2 hours and 15 minutes to Stockton and park the truck, and we'll be done. It's only 2:30, probably 2:40 now that after I've stopped. So yeah, I should be back by no later than 5 o'clock, and we'll be ready to rock and roll home. So hopefully the fog isn't too bad on the way home. We'll see if it's gotten any thicker. I'll update you guys. You never know. Sometimes it acts funny. Sometimes it sits down in little patches where it gets really thick and then lightens up. So right here, I'll be honest, it looks like it's actually lifted a little bit where I'm at right now. So hopefully that's how it is all the way home. All right, we're back in the Corolla. We're on our way home. The temperature dropped. The moisture, the rain ended and the temperature dropped. But yeah, so the fog kind of let up, so kind of nice. But man, it's cold outside. But all right, it's time to head home. So I'm going to sign off, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya.